pepper jelly. You barely poke your head in. The camera's on the other side. We'll turn around. Say hi! Okay, Mia's gonna be my handy dandy assistant. As usual, I started making it and then I realized I should videotape this and share it with you. All I did was add jalapenos. So we've been saving these from our garden. I did 13 because these are kind of small, but if you had big ones like this guy is a pretty good size. If you had 13 of those, or 12 of those, that's plenty, but I added 13 just to be safe. And I did a mixture of the fully ripened red ones and green ones in here in my food processor, and just process it on pulse. And then I also added, it calls for 1 large bell pepper, but I took a bunch of lunchbox sized bell peppers and threw those in and processed them. So now we have this very spicy, pungent mix. Delicious. Okay, so now we are going to grab a spatula. I don't want to use that one. I want to use one of those in there. Yeah. This one. Sure. You want to do this actually? Just don't get it on your hands. And if you do, you need to wash your hands before you touch anything. Yeah. All right, gently get it in there. And then I am going to measure out the apple cider vinegar. It's 1.5 cups of apple cider vinegar. So let's get this to a boil. Okay, so it is boiling. So we have reduced heat to low. We're gonna let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Like really low, because you could overboil it and get all the moisture out. We want to retain some of the moisture. We'll be right back. Okay, so the timer went off. This is finished boiling. We are going to make this like a medium spicy, so I'm going to strain this and then add some of the pulp back in. It says to do it with a 2-layer cheesecloth. I have this like reusable produce bag, that's the word I'm looking for, but I'm going to strain it through.
What are these spots for?
Because I've used this before.
Not you.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna pour it in.
Almost splashed me in the eye.
I'm not gonna stress about this because we're gonna leave some of that in there. All right, I'm gonna pour all the liquid back in. Should be about a cup of liquid. If it's a little more or less, I wouldn't stress too much. I didn't really measure it.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
And it really burns your hands, so make sure you wash your hands after doing this.
It doesn't burn me so much, but it definitely burned you last time you did this.
I got red all over my hands, and it's staying really bad. Stung.
Sting, stung.
And I washed my hands like multiple times, and still.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take a dollop of it and stick it back in.
A dollop.
A dollop will do ya. All right, so we need to add a pinch of salt.
Do we add this in yet?
Yep, 4.5 cups of sugar. So this is definitely not a healthy recipe, but it is delicious. And then you're gonna put this on medium-high heat and bring it to a boil. All right, Mia is stirring in the sugar. We're bringing it up to a boil. Once it gets to a boil, we're gonna let it boil for 1 minute straight before we add in the pectin. So stir, 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 Mia. Oh. Yeah, we're gonna stir it, and then while it's be able to stir it and the boil doesn't stop, like it continues to do lots of bubbles. Okay? And I'll get the pectin ready.
So I'm just stirring, but in the background, if you're wondering what that is my mom cooking up some eggshell, thyme, and sage for our chickens to make sure they lay their eggs.
Alright, we're at a rolling boil. We're trying to be really careful because we don't want it to overfill, but we are stirring it for 1 full minute. And once we have it for 1 full minute, we're going to stir in the pectin and turn the heat off. Alright, so we stirred in the pectin, turn the heat off. And now we are going to pour this. So it's going to need some time to cool, and then once it cools down a little bit, we'll put the lid on and we'll put it in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Alright, so that was our jalapeno pepper jelly. It's relatively simple. If you do it all in one shot, it should take no more. She just realized she had chocolate on her face. The whole time we were filming. Not the whole time, ever since time lapse of Easter. Yeah, you still got some chocolate on your face. Mia reminded me that we need to let you know that we have an Instagram account. It's at gray-fam, F-A-M-farm. I'll put it up here so you can see it. Alright. Now we're going to say goodbye. Everyone say goodbye.